Hey, what up, guys? So, I apologize for that last live stream I did the other day. Man, I was on fire, and for whatever reason, I'm just going through growing pains with my laptop and this new software I'm using, which is really nice, but I'm having problems with it, and it like cut me off in the middle, and then it wouldn't upload the actual feed of it. Like afterwards, usually, live streams will go, you can rewatch them, but I couldn't find it anywhere, and I didn't even know that it cut off and then re-recorded a shorter version of it. Anyway, it was frustrating because I was lighting it up. But yeah, man, like what was I gonna say? I think I might be getting censored straight up. Straight up. I'm just gonna cover a few housekeeping items and we'll talk Super Bowl. But I think I'm getting censored because I'm not getting as many views as I normally do. I'm also struggling to get subs. Like the sub count goes up every day. It fluctuates, but with my channel size, I should have a lot more channel views. And like most YouTubers, by the time they have what 5,000 subs, they have at least a million channel views, and I'm like 600,000. So anyway, I'm just saying all that to say, I so appreciate all of you guys who, share, like, comment. Everything you do really, really helps the channel grow. So I can't thank you guys enough for that. And then also, I want to give a big shout out to Clay Pro, whoever that is. That guy was on the last live stream and he disagreed with me, but he wasn't doing it in like a disrespectful kind of way, which I'm so used to from the left, but he gave me some super chats and was asking questions. So if you're watching this, Clay, I hope you stick around because you asked some really good questions, and I prefer my live streams to be interactive like that. So thank you for that. And then also, man, you really you highlighted some blind spots for me. I didn't realize that some of my language is generalizations. I guess I generalize a lot, right? I say leftists, progressives, liberals, but I realize not everybody is, extreme left. So I just need to change it up a little bit because I don't want to alienate people. I actually want a discussion. I want to discuss things. That's why I say, like, can you guys get me somebody? Share this, share it. But I don't want to like alienate by just painting, because they do the same thing. So I would be a hypocrite if I would just like all liberals this, all left is that, because it's not everybody. And yeah, like when I say, what's the end game? What's the end game? I know what the end game is, right? Like I know what that is, but I want to hear it from them. I want to hear it come out of their mouth that they want socialism, that they want guns taken away, that they want race riots, that they want, just constant unrest. But well, guys, are you ready? I know some of you probably aren't going to watch the Super Bowl. That's fine, but come on, you have to watch it. If you're not going to watch it, you're at least going to be curious about the commercials. They are about to tear this up. They're going to hit us over the head with so much propaganda. They got male cheerleaders for the first time ever, which, hey, like, I'm no bigot. I don't care. But it's like they're also forcing it on us, and they're trying to make a point. And, of course, they're black cheerleaders, which I think that's by design. But it's neither here nor there. I just think we're going to see an exorbitant amount of ridiculous commercials because here's the thing. They're grasping at straws. We know this. They're losing so bad, so they're probably gonna like oversell whatever message that they deliver tonight. Like think about the Gillette commercial. That was just the tip of the iceberg. They're probably gonna have, oh man, I can't wait. This is the first time I'm legitimately more excited about the commercials than I am the game, because I just know how they're gonna do. I'm looking forward to it, and what kind of symbolism they have at the halftime show for those of you that are into that stuff. But they're losing so much. Think about the beginning of the year. We're only 33 days into 2019, and the left has been taking so many L's. They've just been losing. They've gotten egg on their face. At least once a week, there's been a fake news story followed by fake bogus outrage, fake racism, and then it either gets debunked with video evidence or lack of evidence. If you're talking about the guy in Chicago, what's his name? Jussie Smollett or whatever. Just phony outrage, man. And it gets debunked because it's oversold. Like they're overselling. It's like, yeah, and then a dragon flew over the top, and then they really held me. They threw bleach on me, and they got real crazy. And then they did the Nazi salute after. It's like, you're not even good at lying about it. Why don't you give us a story that we can actually believe? Give us something believable, man. Like, don't just say all this crazy stuff. Like, yeah, man, I was out trying to get Subway at 2 in the morning. Next thing you know, but like these 2 dudes just ran up on me and they said MAGA country. It's like, there we go. I guess it cut out. I don't know what the last thing is you guys heard. But I was talking about the guy, Jesse, how fake he was, how phony that story was about getting attacked by 2 Trump supporters who watch, what is that show he's on? See, I'm having a brain fart today. Whatever that show is, man. Anyway, that's not important, but they knew the show that he's on, and then they just happen to be where he is with a noose and bleach, and then they're going to scream MAGA cunt in Chicago when it's 21. Like, you're overselling stories. He is running with it. They're not fact-checking. BuzzFeed laid off 10% of its workforce. Vice laid off 10% of its workforce. And since we're talking NFL, they laid off probably, I guess, roughly 10% of their workforce. You think about those black coaches that got fired at the beginning of the year. But see, this is why identity politics sucks, man. It really does. Because, you know, with these minorities that got laid off, I guess I'm kind of jumping around. With BuzzFeed, they laid off, I guess, mostly minority people. But, and you know, that's bad optics. The left was probably like, racism. But in reality, they probably got hired because of their minority status. So if you're going to hire someone based on skin color, you can't get mad if you get fired based on what you should have been hired for, which is your performance, your character, your work ethic. But that's what I mean when I say identity politics sucks. I mean, with the NFL, they laid off a bunch of those black coaches, but that Rooney Rule is probably why a bunch of them got hired. And same thing with BuzzFeed and Vice, I guess. And they're also pushing propaganda too. Like, how many people actually are trying to hear what you have to say when all it is just anti this, anti that. We hate Trump. We hate Trump supporters. We hate men. You know, LGBTQ. We're all being discriminated against, and it's just kind of it's kind of crazy because now you have people that are out of jobs because you're trying so hard to push a narrative. And you're so committed to identity politics that it backfired on you. Your little experiment backfired on you. And now you have to lay off your workforce. I think people are just shifting away from digital news altogether. And they're moving towards alternative media like myself, like Anthony Brian Logan, like Anomaly, like David Harris, like Vincent James the Red Elephant. Because we tell it like it is. We have no agenda. We're backlashing to the mainstream narrative. And I talked about this. I'm happy that this is going to be uploaded because I'm kind of going to repeat what I said the other night. Is a lot of people on the left, some of my close friends, even people I respect, they don't understand that they live in a seamless bubble, like a clear, seamless ecosystem of liberalism, like the ideology of the left. And the progressive left, the extreme radical far left, it dominates the public square, and they don't even realize. They don't realize when they get on Facebook, they can say what they want as long as they're on the left, because Mark Zuckerberg is a liberal. Jack Dorsey is a liberal. Whoever owns Instagram and all the social media platforms, they're liberal. Every Hollywood celebrity, athlete, entertainer, musician, they're all on the left. You know, late night talk show hosts, daytime talk show hosts, all the mainstream news outlets, liberal. CEOs of random companies, Nike, they're liberal. Everything just seems liberal. So you're like, when you encounter someone like me and my ideology and how I go against that narrative and I provide an alternative narrative, then you're like, what? There's something wrong with him. He's defective. How is that possible? It's just, Well, if you look at it, it's you're living in an echo chamber, like top to bottom, start to finish, and they've been so strategic at building it from the very beginning. I'm getting out of my work van now, guys. That's what I'm doing. Bear with me. You know, I'm gonna find my keys. They spend a lot of time indoctrinating people, and I also talked about ideological subversion because that plays a role in it too. You know, they took a lot of our traditional culture, traditional norms, you know, Christianity, and they pretty much perverted it. And it started under Obama, and they control everything from the time you're in elementary school to the time you're in the workforce, all through college. All of your athletes, your entertainers, your musicians, anyone that you encounter pretty much is going to be on the left. And then if you live in a state like Minnesota where people never move away, they never hear an alternative to what they think, then they just become intolerant. When they finally do encounter someone like me that makes sense, tells it like it is, and they also can't say like, oh well, Mike is just dumb, you know, he's uneducated. Like, you've heard me talk, like I'm not just they like to say a lot of things about those that disagree, you know. Trump supporters, for example, they'll say, well, they have no teeth and they're uneducated and they're white people from the middle class. I'm like, okay, well, look at me. Okay. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys are excited for the Super Bowl. Please tell me you're watching. Please just tell me you're watching. Beautiful day. You know what? I'm happy I worked today. I really am, because otherwise I'd have been just kind of twiddling my thumbs waiting for the game. I never thought I would want to work on a Super Bowl Sunday, but I mean, the game still doesn't come on for what, another hour? And I would have been just... Hold on, I'm getting in the car now. All right, there we go. Better. Okay. Yeah, I'm really glad that I worked today, because you know I get to take in a lot of information while I'm working, listen to other YouTubers, try to learn from them, and it passes the time. So I wonder if what's his name is watching. Hold on. I think I might have left my notes over there. Oh, well. I'm gonna just wing it. Let's talk about the governor. Let's talk about the governor of Virginia, and his unwillingness to step down. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? It shows you just how arrogant he is. It shows you he doesn't care. It shows you first of all, we all know that he's lying, because he came out and apologized right away. And then afterwards he comes back. He's like, you know what? After talking to my wife and some friends from back in college, I don't think that was me. But I did one time take black shoe polish and paint my face for Michael Jackson. Huh? So we're supposed to say, oh, well, he did it to pay tribute to Michael Jackson. So it's not racist. It's not as racist because he did it for Michael Jackson. It's like, you can't make this stuff up. What a joke. Thanks for the super chat, Joey. Appreciate you. So there's that. Okay. So we know he's lying there. And then he had the nerve to call Trump racist for the Charlottesville incident, which happened in Virginia. He called Trump racist, but who's the real racist? Like, that is the craziest thing to me, that he knew that he had those pictures from the past. He knew what he believed. He knew that, but he calls Trump racist, and it came back to haunt him. It backfired, and it's just the most perfect thing. We actually needed this, because the left has been lying about racism. They've been promoting racial division since the start of the year, and it's backfiring on them. And this is the perfect example of how just the day before, what, a couple days before he made that absurd statement and doubled down about late term abortion. So his career, between those two things, his career is done. It's a wrap. And now I love it because all the people who've been calling Trump racist, saying all that, I'm like, okay, all right, if Trump is racist, show me the picture from his past of him in blackface or in a Klan hood, because that is the definition of racism. And it's not in the Republican Party. It is in the Democratic Party, okay? So until you can do that, I don't want to hear anything else about Trump being racist. That narrative is so dead. In fact, when you dig up old pictures of Trump, you see him with civil rights icons like Rosa Parks. I love it. I shared that video on Instagram, or that picture on Instagram today, because I was just feeling really good about it. When you look at it side by side, you look at the picture of this governor, who I forgot his name already. When I don't have stuff written down, I forget names. When you have the picture of that guy in blackface or Klan hood, whatever, whichever one of those guys he was, and then in the very next picture, you have Trump with Muhammad Ali and Rosa Parks receiving the Ellis Island Award. I'm like, okay, who can look at this, do the mental gymnastics and say, yep, Trump is he's still a bad guy. And what's sad is, you know what, probably a lot of people still hate Trump more than that guy, just because of it's Trump. I gotta drive home. I'm so tired and hot, but I really feel like I'm glad that you guys were able to watch that live stream the other day. I had like maybe 30 people watching. I'm happy you guys got to see it. For those of you that were watching before it cut out on me, because that was just unfortunate. I really wanted to. I was actually going to upload that on Facebook too, but it is what it is. You know what? I'm going to try to go back to this van and see if I can find. I had a sheet of things I wanted to talk about. That's just kind of how I do my live streams, because I don't want to wing it. You know, when I try to wing it, I forget stuff and leave stuff out. So I'm just going to check one more time. Jussie is lying about being attacked. You are right. All right, guys, hang on. Okay, I got it. I got it. This is so ridiculous. I'm gonna kick myself once I find Ralph Northman. Okay, damn. That's crazy. Yeah, Ralph Northman. That guy. And then Jussie Smollett. Just two examples of how the left went overboard to try to promote their racial division, and it backfired in their faces. I wish I could see all of your... Damn, I got 72 people watching. Guys, give it a like, please. And share it. Please share it if you're watching. Like it and share it. Okay, so let's talk Super Bowl, because that's the title of this video. How many commercials do you think will be directly attacking Trump versus passively attacking him? I can just see it now. There's going to be some, let's call it a Pepsi commercial, I don't know, and they'll have some little migrant children or something. Like, don't they deserve a slice of heaven too? Don't they get to have a Pepsi? They're gonna sprinkle it in. They're gonna sprinkle it in, but some of them are gonna be directly at Trump. I would say by far this is gonna be the most extreme Super Bowl ever. Not just because of what's going on in the game with the male cheerleaders and how they're gonna talk about that, but with the commercials. I'm gonna go on a limb and say there'll be at least 4 commercials, at least 4, that directly reference the president one way or the other. There's going to be tons of them about open borders. There's going to be some about abortion, I'm sure. I'm sure. I wouldn't be surprised if Gillette has another gym for us. There's probably going to be a Kaepernick ad, I guarantee you that. I would not be shocked if there's a Kaepernick ad or something about Nike, something referencing Nike. What do you guys think? The commies ruin everything, said Sage. Yeah. Yeah, they do ruin everything. Just like California. California is gone. They gone. You know, it's funny, California, they got teachers protesting because they're not getting paid enough. I'm like, well, it's the policies you voted for. I mean, there's no Republicans for you to blame. There's virtually no Republicans around for you to blame for that one. Teachers get a raise. Teachers get a raise. And who's gonna win too? I think Tom Brady gets his 6th Super Bowl ring. Just my thoughts. I mean, how could he not? He's definitely gonna get it. I'd say the Rams don't score more than 17 points. To me, I don't think their offense can keep up. I don't think their offense is dangerous. Now, if it were the Saints, I would definitely pick the Saints to win because the Saints can score points. I think the Rams can score points too, but I don't see them scoring enough to beat the Patriots. I think the Patriots defense will stop them pretty much. And, you know, there's probably going to be some controversial call. I tell you, man, for as much as I like football, the NFL is scripted. There's always some controversial catch or controversial call or missed call in every game where it's like high stakes. Both championship games had either a bogus call or a missed call, and that was like the deciding factor. At least in the Saints game it was. I really encourage you guys to watch it. Truck My Ad said, not watching any of it. Not watching any of it. Flamer cheerleaders. Oh, come on, man. Well, hopefully they don't focus on that. Hopefully they don't show. Here's the thing. There's got to be something to cheer about before they can pan over to the cheerleaders, right? And if the Patriots are winning, then there's not going to be much cheering on the Rams sideline. But hey, at least they're a woke team. Give them props, man. They're a woke, progressive NFL team. You know what comes next, right? Trans cheerleaders. That's going to happen. Get ready. That will happen. Joey said, you'll be in the garage. I can never tell if you guys are talking to me or each other. So, like, if I just pick out a random comment and read it, it sounds weird. Like, if somebody's rewatching it and they're not paying attention to the comments, they're like, why did he say that? I did that yesterday with my live stream. Or the day before yesterday when I was in nature. I'm almost home, guys, and I'll probably, I might go live during the Super Bowl. Just so, probably like once the commercials get started and my brain is firing on all cylinders. I get tired after work and I just need to recharge my batteries. But yeah, you guys are awesome. You're like the best subs I could ask for. Everybody that super chats, everybody that comments or emails. I try to read everybody's comments, and just so you guys know, I do try to go back and watch live streams. I go back and watch live streams and I'll try to read the comment section and see what people say. You know, the comment section goes so fast I can't actually read it all, you know, during that time when I'm actually streaming. But it's a shame. It's a shame. You know what? I have some friends, some really close friends who I respect that are on the left, and I shared the meme, which really isn't a meme, just the picture of Trump with Rosa Parks next to the picture of Ralph, whatever his last name is, Told you guys, I suck at names. And I was just like, which one of these pictures aged better? And they pretty much said, like, one of my friends, he's like, I hate that governor. Put him on the other side where he belongs. Pretty much saying, like, he belongs in the Republican Party. And it's scary. He's like, he doesn't belong on our side. There's something really disturbing to me about people who are committed to partisan division, right? Like, are you saying that Republicans is where the Republican Party is where racism belongs? Because when you say that, you're implying that there's no racist people in the Democratic Party. It seems like they're mourning this more than they're angry. They're just like, oh, this is so disappointing. Now it doesn't fit our narrative, and we got egg on our face. But I was really disturbed to hear him say that he doesn't belong on our side. We don't need him. Like, who is we? Like, have you pledged your allegiance, your holy allegiance to the Democrats? That doesn't make any sense. You guys have heard me. I've never said, like, I'm a diehard Republican. I don't like those. I don't like labels, because at any point in time, the party can shift to something that doesn't align with my beliefs. And I don't want to be like, yeah, I endorse all of it because that's my party. That's my, like, clan, my group. I don't agree with it. But it just shows, like, how divided we are. And then how misinformed we are. And I think a lot of it is people who have been on the left their whole lives. Like, they just assume if you're not Democrat, you're a Republican. All conservatives believe this. And then they make the straw man argument. So you're against that because all conservatives are, like, you're against climate change. Stuff like that. And how they actually think, one other friend said, I blame Donald Trump for this. Donald Trump's the one dividing the country. I'm like, you got to zoom out, bro. You got to zoom out. The problems in the country pre-existed Trump. You really think that our country is divided and the problems are in the world because of one person? It can be linked back to one very bad orange man? Come on. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense, but it's also just disturbing that people are that brainwashed by the media. They're that brainwashed, and they're just that unwilling to rethink their assumptions and be open to different opinions. So I'm going inside, guys. I'll probably go live from the laptop in a little bit, but you guys give it a like, give it a share. As I said in the beginning, I believe that I'm being shadow banned severely. They're like, my subs have been fluctuating, and then also my channel views are way below what they should be. So please give it a like, a share, sub. Follow me on Instagram. Let's get me to 1,000 Instagram followers. I'm telling you guys, like, Instagram, I'm about to start going off like 10 times more than I have been. So follow me on Instagram if you're not already following me there. And I appreciate you guys for subbing. I'll catch you guys